Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, I'm going to look at this. This is Scream 6 from 2023. Yes, I do new films sometimes, yes. And I'm excited because I got this special HMV edition and I watched the film and I loved it. And I've just got to talk about it. Yes. Now, this is a direct sequel to Scream 5 2022, and it works so well. The change in environment, moving it to New York, even though, of course, it wasn't filmed in New York, but we wanted that. It was Montreal. But hey, yeah. But it is a really wonderful film. This, I really like it, and it works well. So it's 122 minutes long. It's 76% on Rotten Tomatoes, which, hey, not bad, because you normally expect films like this now to be getting a real bashing. But I'll tell you one thing: this was a massive hit amongst the fans, and it made a lot of money, and that's why it's very likely, and I'm certain it is, we'll get another one after this. It is open, but I'm hoping we will kind of draw to some sort of conclusion to this franchise, maybe after the next one. But this is a great film. It really is, and I know there are people who've criticized it from various angles and various reasons, but I wouldn't, I don't. Doesn't affect me, doesn't any of that at all. So it's written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, and both were writers of Scream 2022. There's a lot of connections with the previous film. It's produced by William Sherbrack and James Vanderbilt and Paul Neinstein. And it was directed by two directors, co-directors. We've got Martin Bettinelli Alpin, I think probably sounds good, and Tyler Gillett. Now, Bettinelli Alpin was director of VHS 2012. These are just a few films I've found. Southbound, which I really like, 2015, and Ready or Not, 2019, which was really quite a big hit, really. Very well thought of, that Ready or Not. And then his co-director was involved as a co-director in Devil's Due 2014 and Ready or Not, yes, 2019. So we've got that connection, of course, doing Scream 2022. Yes. So it's all in place. The team have a vision, and that vision then is followed, and it's worked well. Now, the main talking point about this film straight away, and let's get it out of the way, is where is Neve Campbell? Well, she appeared in the previous one, but not in this. Now, apparently it was due to a pay dispute, and there's various things being discussed and said about it, but I'm going to say this straight away. I didn't miss her. She's mentioned. We know she's still kind of there in the background, but I thought it was good. I mean, I am a great fan of Neve Campbell. I think she's I really enjoy her as an actress, and especially as playing Sydney. But this film, it works well because I think the previous core cast carry on. We carry on. We follow them. The four particular cast members from the previous story carry on the story, and I think that works well. That was a really good move, I think. So let's have a look at the cast. We've got Melissa Barrera. She is a Mexican actress. She plays Sam Carpenter, and I think she's really good. She looks good as well. She's great. I know a certain other actress below I'm going to mention gets a lot of attention, but I think she's good in this. Um, Films, she's in a lot of TV kind of things, but I noticed a film that I'd heard of that she's been in is In the Heights from 2021, which was like a musical drama, which did quite well, had some good reviews and that. I know she's very much in that. But here it is, Jenna Ortega. Yes, she's the darling of the fans in the genre area. She plays her sister, Tara Carpenter. She, of course, was in X. And if you're in X, you can't do no wrong to me. X is just such a great film. That's X from 2022. She was in that. And also, she was in this very popular TV series, Wednesday, from 2022. It really was very popular, that. Though I suspect, as far as I know, it may well have not been renewed, which is puzzling indeed. But there we are. That is what happens in TV. Then, again from the previous film, we've got Jasmine Savoy Brown, who plays Mindy. She's another of the survivors. Now, I was looking at her and I got excited straight away because she was in The Leftovers, which was a TV series from 2015 to 2019, which I absolutely love. It had a lot of originality. It only lasted 3 seasons. It was a really intelligent, wonderful, entertaining series. She was in that. Of course, she was in Scream 2022. And then we've got Mason Goodlin, who plays Chad. He is a twin brother, and he was in Scream 2022. And so we've got those 4 carrying over from that. Then we've got Jack Champion playing Ethan. He, I noticed, was in Avatar. A lot of these are sort of more very up-to-date films from 2022. The Way of the Water. Some people love it, some people don't as much. But he was in that. Then we've got Roger L. Jackson as I have to mention this because it's such a recognizable part, the voice of Ghostface again. Such a recognizable voice, again, a link with the past. Then we've got in quite an important role, we've got Dermot Mulroney playing Detective and also the father of Quinn. He's got quite a well-known sort of lot of work in TV and films. What I noticed, one that just stood out for me, is in Insidious Chapter 3, 2015. So there it is. I just thought I'd put that in. But then for me, now the last 2, I know everybody concentrates on those, but I really like her, is Aiden Pantier. Pantier, I can't pronounce that last name. Now, she plays Kirby. She was in Scream 4 from 2011. And she comes back as that character, as a survivor from the Wusbrum murders of that year. So she's a connection with the past. But she's a great actress. And in this, I love her in this. She's so wonderful. She's great. You just can't help but smile when I see her. She plays this FBI agent, and it all comes in. I love her in this part. I think she's great. She almost steals it for me. She's just wonderful. Yeah. And then we've got Courtney Cox, and she's great as well. She's returning. She is the legacy character survivor from all the films. She plays, of course, Gail Weathers. I mean, it's such a great role, and she's good in this. I like her in this. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The 2 people. Yeah, it must be my age or something, but I do really love these characters. They're fantastic. So what is it about, you're saying to yourself? Well, those 4 survivors of the Woodsboro killings of 2022 have moved now to the big city. Yes, like they do, and they're perhaps hoping to get away from all this, and they've gone to like university and on their courses, and yeah, and the sisters, their relationship is very interesting. Sam and Tara. There's still a lot of issues involved with those two, and that is important to the film. And of course, the killing starts. It makes no bones about it once the killing gets going. Now, I heard certain criticisms in some areas about these killings, but believe me, they're pretty brutal, and people do die. A lot of people die. There's a lot of consequences in this film, so don't be put off. There's plenty in here of the gore that people love, and it's very brutal. It is a very brutal film, and I think now that this really works, seeing these characters in New York, even though it wasn't filmed in New York, but it doesn't matter. The big city opens up so many opportunities, so many ways to increase the scares, increase the environment, and there's all sorts of wonderful scenes in this one. What I like about it, the scenes. Now, another interesting thing, the underground scene was all built in the studio, all the effects, no green screens and all that stuff. They built all this in the studio, and that is fantastic. On this budget, okay, it did have a reasonable budget, but, I think it's great. I think it's great that they didn't use all this CGI stuff with that. Fantastic, wonderful way of filming. And the whole thing is like that. You just can't help but love this film. I can't help it. I know. Yeah, boy, what do you mean love this film? I'll tell you what. Oh, all right. I just, it's so entertaining, and I enjoyed the previous one. And I think in many ways this possibly is even better than the previous one. Yes, and I love that one. My dad do love them all, but that's just me. But I know people have their favourites and what have you. I just think it's a good franchise. A lot of people criticise it because it still has that knowing look and the originality and all that. But hey, that's part of it, and it works well. I like it. I don't know why people look down on this, and obviously the fans agree with me. It did so well, and it's doing well, and I expect this to really sell well now on the physical media release in this country, in UK. It's going to do well. The 4K has just come out, as you may have seen me. And I'll just give you another flash of the 4K before I finish. But what I'm saying is, this film is well worth seeing and enjoying, and you can really enjoy this film. It's got everything you want from a film. And the music's great again. We've got Brian Tyler and Seven Foxdodo, whoever I'm looking, and they've done quite a lot of screenplay music, and it works well again in the film. It's all just more to the atmosphere, the acting, the whole cast, right down those that even have smaller roles in the film who I've not mentioned. There's quite lots of them as well. Fantastic. It's just wonderful. I know I'm going on, but I just can't help. I'm not going to give anyway. The revelations, the twists and turns are fantastic, and I love it. And there's so many sort of homages to the previous films. Those wonderful scenes where we see all the characters from previous films as well in this like museum sort of shrine. Fantastic. It really is. I can't talk about that enough. There's so many scenes like that. They work well. Anyhow, just quickly, I'll just say, here's the 4K special HMV edition, which I love, in this wonderful slipcover. I've shown you it all before. And just one word about the extras. The extras are fantastic. I loved it. I just watched them. Absolutely just great. And they're all on this disc. Just to show you again, there it is. There's the disc, and there's the art cards. And I absolutely adored this film. If you haven't seen it, highly recommended. And that's it. So if you're new to this channel, and you're thinking, hey, by heck, he's not done too bad there with his review, well, Come and have a watch, subscribe, and I'll let you know when I do more of these things. I do all sorts. TV series, there's a lot of old films, collecting, and if you like this, please give it a like. Costs no, all helps with algorithm. More people perhaps might enjoy these videos. All costs no. And also, if you've got any comments, please put those comments down. Love reading what you have to say about these things. I'm sure some people will definitely disagree with me, but hey, I love it. It's all healthy and it's all good, and that's great. Thank you so much for all those that do support my channel. And all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.